Welcome back to Hoosier Homes and Hustles. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Stacy. This is another episode in our Contracts and Coffee series where we break down key parts of Indiana real estate contracts one sip at a time. Today, we're talking about a hot topic, the Escalation Clause. You'll usually see this in competitive multiple offer situations.
And we're enjoying coffee from Fletcher Coffee Shop. So support local favorites, friends. One of the things I love about this coffee shop is they actually have art on the walls that's actually made from old rubbish and kind of trash. So it's nice to see that stuff recycled.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's great coffee.
Yes. So what exactly is an escalation clause? In simple terms, it's a way for a buyer to say, I'm willing to beat other offers up to a point.
Right. The buyer includes language that says if the seller receives a higher offer, we'll pay X dollars more than that offer, but no more than Y.
So let's break it down. An escalating factor is how much higher you're willing to go, say $2,000 over the highest offer, and then a cap, so the maximum you're willing to pay, and then proof requirement, where the seller must provide documentation of a competing offer. And then the financing language, which outlines how the price increases.
Does it increase the loan or does it increase your down payment?
Correct.
So let's talk about some pros and cons for buyers and sellers. For buyers, you stay competitive without overbidding up front. Your offer may stand out to sellers in a bidding war, and you can cap your exposure with your max.
And so some cons for the buyers is you can feel like you're showing your hand. If it's escalated to the cap, maybe you're paying more than expected. And then again, not all sellers love an escalation clause. They prefer to see it a clean offer.
Right. They want the highest and best up front. So pros and cons for sellers. The pros for sellers is that it can drive up the sales price. So that's obviously a pro, and it gives a clear path to maximizing your offers.
Some of the cons for a seller is it can be confusing when comparing with other clean offers. It may make some buyers uncomfortable or push them away. So a seller needs to show proof that there's a competing offer, which isn't always ideal.
I have some clients that are like, they cap out if it's competitive. They don't even want to play. So escalation clauses are best used when you know there are multiple offers and you're serious about winning.
But they're not for every situation. If there's no competition, then you're just bidding against yourself.
Exactly. So story time. I once had buyers who were obsessed with this ranch on a cul-de-sac. We knew there were at least 4 offers.
And we used an escalation clause, about $2,500 over the highest offer, capped at $400,000. And the list agent called and said we came in just above the top offer, and the sellers loved how strategic it was.
And we got it. And we stayed under their cap. So it was a win-win. They didn't overpay, but they did get the winning offer.
And that's the scoop on an escalation clause. So if you're thinking about using one, talk to your agent about the best strategy.
And grab a cup of coffee from Fletcher Coffee Shop while you're at it.
Let's hustle smarter together.